rattling around in my head the whole time is this internal dialogue about which should I have done? Should I have done this? Should I have done that? And struggling with just making the decision and moving on.
Sure.
And kind of accepting what the decision is that does come up.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to make decisions sometimes because, she said, because you have a pressure to come to certain conclusions before you're ready to make them. It's a head trip, right? It's different than the way that you feel when you're able to take a deep breath and actually be in a situation and see how it makes you feel. Hey, what's up everybody? Just making you a quick live follow-up to the video I made earlier this morning for you on trust. And I just wanted to use a real world example of my own experience. So I sometimes get possessed, maybe you can relate to this, by decision paralysis. I have a hard time, maybe it's because I'm a Gemini, I don't know, but I just have a hard time making choices. And today, it's Memorial Day. You're probably watching this a couple days later, but I got caught between two different plans or decisions. I was originally supposed to go visit my parents who are in town in Honolulu on another island. And then I had some obligations come up back here. And I told them it was going to shorten the trip, and I told them I can't come. And then in the interim, I got invited to a friend's barbecue. Looks like a beautiful place down here in McKenna, a really nice part of Maui. And so I've just been going about my day. I found myself struggling with the decision of, should I have done that, or should I have changed what I was planning to do? And should I have, I don't know, you just start, should I have gone and seen my parents, or it's such a bummer, I'm not going to see them for a little while. I'm going to this new situation, I don't know exactly who I'm going to meet at this, Memorial Day thing, do I want to go to that? And all of that can just become such a toxic, frankly, narrative around meaningless, like total nonsense stuff that doesn't matter. But in the interim, while I had to do errands and work this morning, so I'm taking care of that, rattling around in my head the whole time is this internal dialogue about which should I have done? Should I have done this? Should I have done that? And struggling with just making the decision and moving on, and kind of accepting what the decision is that does come up. But all of this really ties back into the theme of trust that we were talking about before. You can check out on the earlier video, because it all comes down to a part of myself, a voice in my head that is mistrusting, right? That is not trusting myself in my own decision-making process. It's not trusting circumstances and the universe, like about whatever is supposed to be will be, or that the other people involved in the situation will be understanding and relate positively with me, regardless of my decisions, right? So all of that comes up as part of this very ordinary decision-making process, and it reflects that mistrust, that lack of total confidence in the circumstances. And by contrast, I was sharing about, this little, what I was noticing in my head with a friend, and she pointed out something really great, which she is great at, which is to be intuitive in the moment, to feel that kind of, it's hard to make decisions sometimes because, she said, because you have a pressure to come to certain conclusions before you're ready to make them, right? You don't have your own sense of control of the situation because there's other people, you have to book flights, you have to let people know what you're doing. And so, so as my friend was pointing out, it's a lot easier to make those decisions based on an actual feeling, an intuitive feeling in your body in the moment. The whole trip that I'm describing that I myself fell into, which I think goes very closely with this theme of mistrust and doubt, is a cognitive, it's a head trip, right? It's different than the way that you feel when you're able to take a deep breath and actually be in a situation and see how it makes you feel, right? And so when you're thinking about cultivating trust in your day-to-day and in your actual living, this is the thing I want to link it to, is your intuition, your guidance system, that you have an ability to look out. Really, it's to sense out, to feel out what is desirable for you. What is it that you want to experience versus something that you feel is not your path or is an aversion. And as you tap into that, you can learn to trust that decision-making apparatus more and more. And as you trust that and see where it leads you and get the positive reinforcement back from those decision-making processes, then you'll start to see more and more clearly how this kind of approach, this trust-based approach, can start to shape really the whole structure of your life, and obviously it's complicated. We have obligations to other people, right? You have to be able to represent and be reliable to others in the same way, but you can also blend that. You can trust that there is a pathway for you to, integrate what we're talking about here with the needs of other people and balance all that out. Okay, so that's my little trip for you guys today. Let's see what actually happens. I'm going to go into this barbecue and see if I have a good time. Wish me luck. And I'm going to appreciate and be grateful that though I could not see my parents this weekend, they still love me and they understand and I understand. Life understands that this is what it is. Okay, so I don't know. I'm just being real with you guys, and this is the practice. This is the practice in our day-to-day lives, and that's how I'm applying the practice in mine. And so I hope it finds you well. I hope you had a good holiday weekend whenever it is you saw this, if you're in the States, and that you can also be experiencing and enjoying a more trust-based, flowing, smooth experience of life for the benefit of your chi, your energy, your mind, your heart. So just a quick epilogue. So the funniest thing about this whole video that I recorded for you guys today is that at multiple points, I don't know if you noticed, I had to stop because these guys were doing some yard work and then turned on some instruments, and then this other car pulled up next to me. And each time that I had to stop, this same dynamic of like trust, mistrust, oh, I'm doing something good or I'm doing something dumb or I have to stop, came into my mind. And when I stopped one of the videos, this car had pulled up right next to me as I'm recording. I got become self-conscious, right? Oh, I'm recording a video. These guys are getting out of their car. So then I stopped that, made another cut, went to the barbecue. Turns out it was my friends who were pulling up next to me, right? And here I am becoming self-conscious and engaging that kind of mistrust quality inside me. But again, it's just messages from the universe, and I hope you guys can take this with you too. It is way more interwoven and beautiful than that if we are willing and able to open ourselves to receive it. So I wish that all for you all. I wish that for me, and I hope you guys have a great Memorial Day. Also just honoring and remembering folks who have fallen in a range of capacities, but just this day of remembrance for our ancestors, for our ancestry, for those who have come before us. I wish you guys well. I'm sending you my best. Take care.